Have you ever wondered what is on the book cover of Bhagavad Gita? If you don't know, I would suggest go and take a look at this and then continue listening to this podcast. This podcast is in a literal way mind blowing. From a rebellious kid to a monk in the city, he narrates an amazing dive into turning his life around completely. Don't miss even a second of this episode. Welcome to the seventh episode of Stories of Common Engineering Student. This is Shivam Hasurkar. Today I have source of extreme positive energy with me. I already feel saintly introducing Niranjan Patil to you. Nothing I would say is going to suffice these guys' quality or his thoughts. He has achieved so much balance in his life that he can control his thoughts and feelings. He decides what to think and what not to. He's so focused that he thinks only one thing at a time, which people are not able to achieve in lifetime. The knowledge he has gained with the books is immense. I don't want to take long. Let's dive right into divine conversations with this man himself.
So, thank you, Shivam, for having me. I really do feel honored to be here with you today. And yeah, from bottom of my heart, I really do. I really feel honored to be here with you today.
These conversations, I'm sure that at the end of this podcast, either you're going to learn something new, you're going to go with a different mindset, and you're going to acquire some different beliefs of life that are possible to the utmost human beings that they can take. So I don't want to like move around, but just let's begin with the basic question of why engineering? When did you decided specifically your branch, and how was that journey for you?
So, let's be honest. If you are good or otherwise decent in studies till 10th, you're automatically end up in science stream. That's not your choice to make, okay?
Yeah, totally.
So, now I'm in science stream. And again, if you are good at math, apparently there is only one option in front of you. And yeah, you guessed it right. That's engineering.
Engineering.
So again, when I'm saying that I'm good at math, you know that if you are smartest kid in the class, you are probably in a wrong class,
Wrong
and
class.
I was in a wrong school perhaps.
Okay.
So not like that I was the smartest kid in the class, but yeah. To be honest, when I think about it, I really didn't knew what I want from my life or what I wanted to be in my life. That was a very perplexing moments of my life, and yeah. And if you think about it, it is really serious question to ask to a teenager what he really wants from his
But
life.
somewhere you felt that your potential is more than where you are right now. That is why, like you said, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong. That is why you felt, and then you like went to a different city at all.
Yeah, I do feel like that, but if I knew what I know right now, I would have chosen something else, and I think perhaps I would have chosen not to go to any kind of college for that.
Okay. But yeah, the decision of engineering, it, it was like just another flow of you were good in academics, and then you were good in maths. You took science stream, then eventually landed up in engineering. But still, your specific trade was electronics engineering, and you are from PhD College Pune. So how did that eventually happen?
Before we jump into that, I think I just want to say that I heard this analogy somewhere, and I think it will really help me to put my all perspectives in a good perspective. So, would you mind if I just?
Yeah, yeah, no, no.
So imagine this world is like a puzzle, okay, which
Okay.
has million pieces to it. According to your experience, you managed to put together 100 or 120 of them, and according to my experience, I managed to put together 70, 80 of them. Now you have one picture in front of you, and as well as me, I'm having one picture in front of you. Now you think world look like your picture. I'm thinking the world looks like my picture. But the beauty is neither of us are completely wrong nor we are right.
No, we are correct.
Because no one in this world managed to put together whole that million pieces.
Of course.
So
No.
I just want to say that this is my personal opinion, and when I'm putting out there, I know for the fact that there are many pieces left out in the world.
That's for sure. That's like a bigger picture of everything.
That's why I put that bold statement that I really would have chosen something.
No, everyone is going to have. That is why this podcast is like everyone is going to have their own unique path, own unique journey, different stories, different mistakes, everything. It's going to be like no one can lay out a path or lay out a map that follow this, and this everyone has to discover on their own itself. But yeah, how was your engineering first year? Let's start with the first day of engineering.
My first day, it's quite funny, but I decided to bunk it on the very first day. And that was, I really wanted to bunk it. It's not like something, I have something other things to do that day,
Okay.
but I just wanted to do that.
But why?
So
Where did this thought came from?
to be honest, I really there wasn't a good kid, or in a professor's point of view, I was the bad guy, who just bunks all classes and all. So yeah, that's the not the part of my life that I'm really proud of, but that was me at that time. I didn't fit there somehow, because when I'm used to come home after college, I just felt completely drained. I don't have that energy to do something else, and
Yeah.
I'm frustrated that I have to go to the same college tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow again.
So I was just rebelling, that's why this attitude and all.
Okay. But you just said that if you had the chance, you wouldn't have opted to go into the college itself. Where did that came from?
So first of all, I wasn't interested in academics. I know that for sure. So what do I do? I know that don't want to do this, and somehow I'm not gonna sit for placement. Somewhere in my mind, I knew for that sure. So how do you earn money? Okay.
Okay.
First question. So you started reading some financial books at that time. For all that rich dad, poor dad, psychology of money, investor's guide, cash
Yeah.
flow quadrant, rich
Okay.
think and grow rich, everything. And from that, I have understood something that this should be my way. So I was, and this again added to my personality that I am now ignoring college even more than than before. Okay, that's not that books meant actually, but
Yeah.
at that age, that
You got that feeling.
got that feeling that I am on the right path.
Instinct. Yeah.
But you know that saying, either you have guts to marry a girl you really love, or you learn to love a girl you are married to.
Oh.
So that was a mistake. If I don't have guts to tell my parents that I don't want to do this college,
Mhm.
I should have done it properly, because I don't have other options at that time.
Okay.
That is I guess, I regret that part of my life, that I was not doing anything good also, and at the same time, I'm not focused on my academics.
But at least like I have to be a little bit of judgmental here. You at least you have that regret that yes, you have that realization somewhere when you were in that stage, and you know that you have that feeling that you should have told your parents that I want to do something else. Most of the students would continue it, complete it, and still don't have regret that maybe I might have done something wrong. Of course, they might turn their life afterwards completely different field or change their life completely. But still, it's really great that you have that realization in the first place itself.
If you really want a perspective, when we plan for mass bunks and all, we have that unofficial group of class where
Yeah.
we discuss. And when that, I usually didn't have my number saved from my classmates. So there is a one unknown message from one unknown that, guys, should we bunk class tomorrow? And you already got me. I'm not there tomorrow. You all go or don't go. I'm not there. That's the kind. That was how I am at that time.
Nice. You have followed like this book reading habit and exercise habit. This is from your genetic, from your dad. When did you start reading so many books and exercising at a very early age?
At first, it's not like I love reading books. Okay, come on. You have an option. You go home. You either just lie around there doing nothing, or you can read books. And
Either watch Netflix or watch read book.
and of course, I want to watch Netflix. But at that time, I knew I have to do something because I'm not going to do this academics thing. So I knew I should read books. That's why I started reading books, and eventually it became an habit. So I just started reading every kind of books.
Yeah, but that life of yours, like I know you were a hardcore gamer. You used to like go and just sit in cafes and play like games, and then you had no perspective that what you wanted to do. But when did that change? Where was that spark that now you're a completely different person? But I don't want to reveal what person you are. We'll slowly go to it, and at the end of it, I'll just explain everything. But I want to start like where did the spark came from?
So this is the incident from lockdown. Okay. Before that, I was all like, just take a risk. Let's see, we'll see, whatever happens.
Yeah.
and that was my attitude. Okay, I was not taking a calculated risk or something, but now I have started this some business or my own venture, and now I'm having financial issues. Okay, I have to pay some rents. At the same time, I have to pay some salaries, and everything. Everyone is asking me, "Will it be fine?" And I was like, "Yeah, everything will be fine." For the first time, I doubted myself. Yeah, is it true? Everything will be fine. I don't know from where I was going to bring all that money and all. No, so that was the first night of my life where I couldn't sleep. Okay, before that, that never happened with me, and that was the night I was completely baffled. I don't didn't knew what to do. My parents first told me that you shouldn't choose that path, and I told them, yeah, everything will be fine, because and now I'm here thinking what to do. So I was sleepless whole night, and tomorrow morning I went to sleep. I went to swimming. Why?
Okay.
I just love physical activities. That's the way I'm gonna engage myself. If I'm in some trouble or what, I went for swimming. That's the winter. Okay, there is a cold breeze flowing, and that's why there are no people around. That not much. I could see few people, 2 or 3 people at
Okay,
that kind of at that shore, but mostly I'm alone. Okay, so I'm standing up there, and I just no, I'm not giving my life or something. I am quite opposite, by the way. I would do
Yeah.
anything, whatever it takes to survive. So I'm
Of
just
course.
there for a swimmer, and whenever I used to go to swimming, I just yeah, I'm just standing there for a jump, okay, to make a jump in the water. Why? Just I just love to dive in and everything, you know that. So that's how I get a kick, okay. When that adrenaline kicks in, I kind of forgets all my
Yeah,
everything.
totally.
So I
Just
was
to get away.
get away everything, and that I guess that was a 24 25 feet jump, okay, and
Oh,
I decided that I want to make a dive in water.
okay.
You
Yeah.
can jump in water in a few ways. Either you
A
are
normal jump
jumping
directly
straight, or you're back
on
flipping,
your legs, or you go straight.
you're front flipping. Okay, you're
Yeah,
making a front
yes.
flip. In all those ways, you land on your feet.
Yes.
It's okay. But when you decide to make a dive and you just make a slight mistake, either you are landing on your neck back,
Yeah.
or your
Or
chest.
your
Oh
chest
boy,
or
that's
stomach.
gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's gonna hurt. So I'm standing up there, and my brain is like, "What the heck are you doing? Why from that height? Okay, let's try first from some lower height." No, I was there. I have to do that, and that was a cold breeze. And it's not like I have not jumped from that height before, but I'm this time I'm gonna make a dive in water. So somehow I gathered all my courage, and the very moment I released myself, I just felt all my that frustration and everything just fade away for a little moment. And the next moment, I am in the water, trying to get to a surface as fast as I can, and I am angry and I am frustrated at the same time. And this is a beautiful thing about about being angry. Okay, anyone can be angry, as Aristotle puts it. Anyone can be angry. That is easy, but to be angry with the right person, to right degree, for a right purpose, in a right way, at a right place is a difficult thing.
Right.
And
That's different.
that wasn't the right place, okay, to be angry or something. So I'm just pushing all my limits. And at that point, let me tell you, I already have swam 800, 900 meters
Oh.
continuously. I'm giving my everything, okay, you know that. And
Full
still,
potential.
full potential.
Not going to stop at all.
Not going to stop.
That ego mode kicked in, but the anger was at a different
Was at
level.
a different level. And I am at this point where shore is, I guess, 70, 80 meters from away from me. And believe me when I'm saying this, every ounce of my energy in my body were used. No endurance left in my
Yeah.
muscles.
Of course.
For that next stroke only. And I'm thinking, how am I going to reach there, man? I was thinking like that. And at that very moment, only thing I wanted was to get to that shore.
Okay.
I just look up and ask to God. Yeah, I don't want a successful life. I don't want money. I don't want power. I don't want nothing. I just want to
Reach there.
reach that shore. And yeah, you know, I'm the kind who'll do anything, you know,
Yes.
to survive. So somehow I got there, and I was sitting there. Yeah, that was not the case that I knew before. We should be grateful and all, but first time in my life, I felt grateful for being alive.
Amazing.
I just felt that how privileged I am to get this amazing set of friends, these amazing parents. I have amazing physique, good health and everything, and I didn't want nothing, man. I didn't want anything. I was just happy.
Something just hit you, like deep in your mindset, in your soul, something just touched.
Because imagine, I was just sitting there cold, alone, just having that terrible experience, and I just had this realization at that time that I am already happy. I didn't need anything at that time.
Amazing, yeah, amazing.
And that changed me. Okay, after that, whenever I decide to take some kind of risk, I always sit down, calculate everything, and then now that is the change that incident have brought in my
Decision. But yeah, this is so fascinating that you had that experience. I know for a fact that you are the kind of a person who will do anything to reach somewhere. You are that never give up attitude, and you'll put everything. But I'm sure that 70, 80 last meters would have been every test of your physical endurance. But after reaching that shore, you realize something completely different.
And yeah, again, that was a mistake in my life. Yeah, I have got bunch of those. Okay, I have made a lot of mistakes, and yesterday only I remember few. But that was the incident, I guess. Yeah, it really changed my perspective towards life.
That's wonderful. But yeah, I want to go deep into your change in life from the way you were in first year or second year and now, or let's say in past 1 year, 1.5 years or so, whatever it is. Like, just to give an example, Niranjan was that kind of person. I have heard this. And he was so involved or so addicted, I would say, to gaming and all. Remember this time when PUBG was at peak and everyone used to play PUBG on mobile phones and everything. So one day, few of his friends tried to wake him. He was sleeping for a long time, and some of his friends tried to wake him up, and he said in sleep like, wait, I'll wake up when I reach safe zone. So that kind of person. And today he is completely, I would say, I would want to term this a monk in a city. So this is what I believe, like I have his representation as. So he's completely sorted in his life. I just cannot put it in words. We'll slowly go around and take it one by one, and I'll ask him to try to break it down to every one of us, even for me and all of you listening. So he's completely achieved that spirituality. I would say completely, but he's at that stage, like we sitting at this point, we can see that he's completely different human being right now. So from that stage of life to this stage of life, how did you go? Where did this all spirituality came from?
So before that, about what you just said, my mother also didn't say anything like that to me before. Okay, ever. So yeah, I'm not like completely sorted.
No, it's completely appreciable, bro. Like how I can see. I know, yes, it's not like even celebrities have their own troubles. Even I have my own troubles. You might be having, but yeah, continue. I don't want to cut you.
So yeah, I'm just on that path.
Of course.
I know I'm nowhere near also. So yeah, let's talk about spirituality. Okay, when we think about spirituality, आध्यात्मिकता यावरती या विषयावरती भाष्य करण्या इतपत ना माझा व्यासंग आहे ना माझी तेवढी कुवत आहे. But when we see Bhagavad Gita, we just when we what we say when we talk about spirituality, we eventually think about Gita, Bhagavad Gita.
Of course, yeah.
So what is Bhagavad Gita? As we all think, Bhagavad Gita is a Krishna's counsel to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But was it really Krishna, or was it the poet Vedvyas, who spoken the truth of universe through the Krishna? Or was it the Sanjaya who is explaining blind King Dhritarashtra what is going on in a faraway battlefield? Or was it all those rishis who over the time rewrote and sang those Bhagavad Gita? It is a very vast subject, you know.
Yes.
In the 20th century only, Lokmanya Tilak, Mahatma Gandhi, and Bhimrao Ambedkar, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar all found different meaning in Gita.
Yes, totally.
Overseas, Hitler found his heart reflected in Gita.
Differently.
So, as they say, there are as many avatars as there are as many avatars to Gita as there are minds it has touched. So this is my reflection from Gita. Okay.
Yeah.
Before that, what I did is I just what we say divided my life into these four aspects. Okay, this major four aspect, that is Dharma, Moksha, Artha, and Stree. What
Okay.
Stree represents
Yeah.
my romantic interests.
Mhm.
My friendships, what and everything all around that. What Artha represents money, power, where I wanted my business to be in next 5 or something years. What Moksha represents to live at this very present moment. And Dharma, we'll get back to it later, okay? When we are talking about
This is kind of an abstract of life that you have sorted it into. Dharma, Moksh, Artha, and Stree, or Purush in case of other gender. We both are talking male here, so we'll use the word Stree throughout. Okay, so I want you to break down one by one, and let's go into it.
this is what I took from Gita, okay?
Okay.
When you see Gita, there is this picture in the cover, in front cover of a Gita. You see these 5 beautiful horses, one chariot, and everything. Okay. So how that works is there are 5 horses which are held together by a rope, which we call bridle, which is controlled by a charioteer. And charioteer, and you are the owner of a chariot. Okay, that's yours. That's you. So what's the case is now, in order to know where to direct that whole chariot, you should give your charioteers directions where to go, how to go there,
Yes.
how to choose the right path. Okay, you have to taught them that things. Now he should control all 5 horses in a way that whatever directions you are giving to charioteer, your chariot should go in that direction. Now imagine one horse wants to go in that way, other one is trying to go in this way, middle one just sits there doing nothing. So now it's very difficult for a charioteer to
Of course.
direct that whole chariot in a some direction. Okay, so now just compare that scenario with our life. That chariot, that owner of a chariot is your soul, is you. That charioteer, which we call Sarthi by the way, that charioteer is your character, is your wisdom. You have to taught your character what is right, what is wrong, how to make right decisions in a very situations where you are
In
all
every situation of life.
how to make a decisions.
Yes.
How you taught that thing, how you teach that things to charioteer or your character, you read books. What books? Again, you read some greatest personalities or greatest characters this world had ever produced. You read biographies of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. You read autobiographies of APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr.
Yeah.
Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And
Just to name out a few, can you just name a few books that you have read and touched your mind totally? Like, let's start from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. I believe you have read Sriman Yogi, Java,
yes, Panipat,
okay,
Swami,
Swami, and
Mrityunjay.
then more mythological in that sense.
Mythological, I have read Gita, Jnaneshwari, Das Bodh, and all those kind of mythological books we have in our home.
Okay, nice.
So,
So, reading books is the.
and that is dharma. Okay, I told you that is dharma, to teaching your wisdom, to build your wisdom, to build your character. Now, before that, why should we have idol in our lives? Okay, first of all, imagine that you have this small ship and you are lost somewhere in the sea, and this is night time. Okay, and you have to find the directions to the shore. You are completely lost in the sea. Now, the one way is you can look at the stars, but you are not that skilled sailor. Okay, just get to this. So how are you going to find that direction to the shore? Now imagine that there is a one lighthouse, right? And the very moment you see that lighthouse, you are like, yeah, I just want to sail my boat in that direction.
Yes.
That's what idols do in our lives. When you are lost in your lives, you don't know what to do. Their biographies inspire you to make a right decisions. You are like, he did it, she did it. Why can't I?
Of course.
So
Yeah.
that's how you build your character. You teach your character, your wisdom, how to make a right decisions, what is right or what is wrong by this or by all these books and everything else around you. Now that is dharma. Okay. Now imagine that charioteer is your wisdom.
Yes.
The bridle, that rope, that lagam which has in his hands is your mind, and those 5 horses are 5 senses. Now imagine, sometimes we think we can do anything or something. You know who are the bravest? The bravest and most courageous of all is the one who conquered his all senses. As Mahatma Gandhi puts together, if there are real devils in this world, they are in our hearts, who are most fought here. So you think something of yourself, try conquering those. Okay. So what I mean by conquering those, Five senses, which? Eyes, nose, skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. So your eyes is not in your control. One horse. They are seeing anything. They are watching junk media. I don't know what are they doing. Okay. Then again, your tongue is not in your control. You are eating junk food. You can't control that.
Yes.
Skin represents
For taste, for
taste.
just that one moment of
Joy.
feeling good. We are eating chocolate and then pizza and everything.
Everything. Again, skin represents lust.
Yes.
You can't represent. You can't control that thing. Okay. Now, this every horse of our lives are in different direction. So what happens? That bridle got escaped from our charioteer's hand. Now, this is the typical condition where you know what should be done. You taught your wisdom that this is right, this is wrong, but that bridle is not in his hands.
Not in his hand.
So you can't put those wisdom in action.
Of course.
Why? Because that bridle is not in your hand. You can't control the right direction of your what we say chariot.
Yeah.
So that's the point where you can't take actions. You know everything, but you just can't do it.
Yeah, knowing everything and like putting it in action are completely different things.
So how to sort that? Try conquering those senses. First, just restrict your eyes to watch. Choose education over entertainment. Try
Okay.
to read some books. Try to get some knowledge. After that, tongue, you should eat healthy. Okay, you should eat healthy and what is good for your body. Again, or if you control all those senses, again, then this bridle is again into your charioteer's hand. You can direct your chariot wherever you want. So that's what I meant by dharma. Okay, so now where is this moksha comes in all these things? Okay, so moksha is to live at the present moment. Okay, that's where meditation and everything comes into picture. So if you just think about it, when are you happy? I'm just asking you.
Okay. If something happens, what I have thought of previously, or something that I want.
You are with your friends.
Yes.
Okay, you are watching your favorite movie. You are with the girl of your dreams. Okay, and again, alcohol, drugs, anything.
Of course.
So if you really think about it, what happens when you are watching your favorite movie? What happens when you are with that girl you really like? You are not into future or past. You are at that very present.
At that present moment.
You are not into future or anything. You are at that very present moment. So when we just take a moment and think about it, you can be happy anytime. You just have to be
In the present.
in the present.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, when we are sitting alone, doing nothing, okay, not sleeping by the way, all those thoughts about future just come rushing towards us. Hey, where are you going? What are you doing with your life?
Of course. Yeah.
Are you satisfied or what? And you can't lie here. Okay, you can't lie to
You're
yourself.
not talking to yourself. You
can't
cannot lie. You
lie.
cannot just pretend that
Yeah.
everything is cool. You know the dark moments inside you, and you know what the truth is. So you cannot lie there.
Cannot lie there. So that's the loneliness. You don't want to hear those thoughts. That is what we call loneliness. So what we do? We either watch a movie, we are scrolling down our mobile,
Instagram
we want
or
to go anywhere.
go anywhere beyond what the truth is.
I'm sitting alone. That's a loneliness. But what happens if you have conquered all those senses? And that's how meditation comes into picture. Okay, what I meant by meditation, it has very types of But what I do is just sit there and focus on your breath.
Yeah.
Not sleep, by the way. Okay, just sit there straight and focus on your breath. Now you are sitting there, just one thought come to your mind. You don't run away from him. You just ignore him. Ignore that thought. Okay, just run away from that thought. You ignore that thought. You understand that that thought is not you. Your mind is not you. You are just an observer. You can choose to ignore those thoughts.
Yeah.
And somehow, okay, that's my story. Okay, that is, I guess, starting phase of my meditation. I am just sitting there.
Yeah, it's going to be for like I want to take a detour here. We'll come back. We'll come back to the Moksh part, breaking down those five pillars. But I want to go to the meditation part a little bit here. When did you start it, and how one can start it to reach at this level with meditation?
This is my story. Okay, when that this was the early phases of my meditation. I was just sitting there, and I thought this is easy. I'm not thinking about anything. Yeah, I'm doing it. And then I thought this is also a thought. No, you just have to focus on your breath. So that's how it works. Okay, any thought comes to your mind, you just ignore it. You realize that future and past are illusions.
Yes.
Only truth is present.
the present. You are scared of future. You have experienced your past. You cannot change your past
Anything.
anyhow,
Can't do anything.
and you cannot keep on worrying about future and kill your today. So it has been said by hundreds of people: live in the present and enjoy it. So yeah, but in that moment,
How do you practice it? You always try to get back your attention at a breath. That is a very boring thing. Okay, if you can do that, you can do anything else. So you are just sitting out there trying to bring your attention back to a breath. After eventually, what happens is all your insecurities, everything, fears, come rushing towards you, and you are not gonna run away this time. You're just sitting there. You're just gonna sit there and face those things. Somehow we learn to ignore that things. You can learn to
just put aside
put aside
whatever thought might come. Like that day morning, you might have had something, any minute pin of thought. Just put it aside as it flow. Let it flow, but when it comes, you put it aside.
put it aside. You just come to a present,
Okay.
whatever you are doing right now. And what that makes you do is you realize that everything is fine in present. I was suffering in a future. Everything is fine in present. I have food on my table. I have a place to
Yes.
live. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. Just do your work, okay. And that's what we realize after being in a meditative practice or something. And we don't practice this. And if you already conquered your senses, what happens is now when you are sitting alone, that same thoughts come to you as praises. Yeah, you have done that. You achieved these
Of
things.
course. Oh.
You are reading whole books. You are doing exercise. Yeah, everything is fine, and that gives you confidence, and that is what we call solitude. So someone has put like this: life is a voyage. Okay, life is a journey from loneliness to solitude.
Solitude. Yeah, I would.
That's what I meant by meditation. You have to practice on your mind. Okay, how can you do anything in your life?
But yeah, the point is, like, I have also tried this and to focus on my breathing, to sit for 5 minutes at the start. But somehow this is I know this is hard. This must have been hard for you. How long? Like, I don't know when to put it in words. Some might achieve it in a month. Some might take years to practice this. But what is your potential right now? How long can you sit for meditation?
Okay, I think that doesn't really matter. Okay, if it's 10 minutes also, it's enough. You just have to sit 10 minutes alone a day. But before that, I guess we should, yeah, we have the targets. We should do this and that.
Okay, so I'm on a completely different wrong thinking that
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
for 1 hour and 2 hours of meditation is a good thing. Even if you sit for 10 minutes, but with the whole everything, every soul and every bit of it, then it is enough.
It is enough. Okay, that's what we do eventually is we try to focus on what we wanted from this thing.
Targets.
Okay, that's what karma yoga states in Gita. Okay, karmanyevadhikarastha ma phaleshu kadachanam ma karma phale heturbu ma te sangostva karmani. What it says is just focus on the very damn present moment. Just do your work. Don't worry about pain and pleasure it will cause in the future. The very word karma itself comes from a Sanskrit word kri, means to do. And what we are doing is we are all foolishly chasing either a pain or a pleasure, and all root causes of that everything is we are not in a very present moment. We want something from that. We are not just doing this for sake of doing this. But as we grow older or as we move on your life, we realize that what we are really going towards is a knowledge, and that pain and happiness are great teachers along the ways. And that's how in your life these pain and pleasure have a different what we say impact on your soul, and that combined impression of those misery and happiness is what is your character. If you really study character, if good and evil has a equal share of
Yes, yes.
okay, in building your character. So
But just to explain to the listeners, how would you put it?
okay, if you really studied a great characters that world had ever produced, you see that in many instances, misery taught more than happiness. Pain
Yes,
taught more than
yes.
pleasure. Poverty taught more than wealth. Okay, so that's how it works. I just wanted here that Karma Yoga states that it's all about taking actions for sake of doing actions, not to reach anywhere, not to get anything.
Not to get to the target or it.
To get
But to come back to the initial the meditation part that we began with. So for a person like me, I'm like very always there's something on my mind. There are like 10, 20 things running. I want to do this, I want to do that, I have this plan today evening, whatever it might be. I have to get back to this. So all those thoughts running, but still, I have to find that 5 minutes of my day at the initial period. And what is the okay, fine. I sit for 5 minutes, maybe for a month, I'm not able to focus at all. But after a month, I achieve my focus. Like I can monitor my breathing. I don't have thoughts running in my mind. But what is the next step? Then how you proceed with it?
Before that, you have to have answers. Why the heck are you doing this? How is this going to help you? Why are you following this blindly? It helps for me. I know how it's going to help for me.
Why it should help me?
Why it should help me? You should understand how is this going to help you. You can't just do things and think everything will be fine. No, you should have to have answers to your questions. Why you should do that thing.
Yeah.
So now, if you are know really why you are doing that, there is a really not a right or wrong way to do it. Okay, right and wrong are just perspective. One thing which I really think is a right might be a completely wrong thing.
Wrong for me. Yes.
So they are just a perspective. So you just have to understand what works for you.
So there must be a motive. There must be why you should individually know why you are doing this and what you're going to achieve with it, and then your goal is clear.
Now we'll come back to those four aspects.
Yeah, I want to come back to we were talking about moksha, and in specific moksha we were talking about sitting idly and going
Now,
through.
by meditation, you have achieved something that you can be happy. Okay.
Yes.
Now where that where this thing comes in those picture. Okay. In all this picture, now you are happy. Your soul wants to do something in your life. So your soul orders charioteer to what we say to go somewhere. Before
To have a direction.
Before that, you have to be happy.
Yes.
If you are joyless, you are sad. You don't want to go anywhere, man.
Yeah, this is a point. Like when people are in a depression, like I don't want to do anything. Like even if I had 10 things at my hand and I am sad, I am completely in a different mood. I don't want to do any one of those single things. So once I reach happiness, or once I have some good state of mind, then only I can have direction.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You know what Dharma meant, by the way. The reading knowledge, ethical knowledge, moral values,
Yes, yes.
the character. What moksha mean? To be in a present way.
Present. Yeah.
Now, what we really do in our life is we try to find that perfect girl. We try to get that perfect job.
We are getting to those three acts.
We are always working on Stree and Artha. We put Dharma and Moksha on a destiny. We'll see
Okay.
later. These are things which I guess we'll do after 50 or something. So we always try to get those two aspects of life in a perfect way. That's what we do wrong. Okay, we have to work on Dharma and Moksha. Everything else will be
Will
fine.
align.
Everything else you have to leave it on a destiny. Now you think, how can I live my career and everything on a destiny? Okay, so assume that you have now working on a Dharma, you are now working on a Moksha, so you have conquered your all senses. So what that does is you are eating good, you are productive,
Yes.
you are at a present moment, you don't have any regrets. So what that does is you are working daily, you are happy daily, you are eating good. So obviously you're gonna have a good physique, you're gonna look good. If you are daily improving, learning something, obviously you're gonna have an exceptional career. You're gonna have all of those things you wanted or you dreamed of. You just have to work on those things. You can't fix those things. You can't fix your future. Okay, life is unpredictable.
Yes.
You can't just say that, yeah, at this age I'm gonna do that, do that. No, just focus on today. Just build yourself. Just build your mind and everything. Everything else will be fine. Trust me. So
That's like a leap of faith that you have to take. This is totally a perspective. This is totally mind changing. That yes, there are four things that you have broke down to, and we should focus on dharma and moksha rather than Stree and Artha.
yeah.
Like, this is completely mind changing, what you have said. But I have few questions. Like why? Like it said that enjoy your everyday of life, do whatever you want to, get wherever you want to, have anything that you want to. So why, like, if I know maybe that I'm going to die in 10 years, I'll eat everything that I want to, right? I'll have the best dishes served to me, I'll spend any amount of money, I'll be with the woman that I want to be. But let's start with the basic question. Why should I eat specific if I know that yes, I have very limited time.
You have an option, okay? You either choose to live a mediocrely, or you can choose an exceptional life.
Yes.
If you are choosing exceptional life and you are saying that yeah, this life is having a lot of troubles, that's your choice. Why are you making this decision? So again, when I'm saying that you should eat healthy, let's put it in this perspective, okay? If you can't control your tongue, how can you control your lust? Your tongue is a first step
Yes.
to get to that whole picture. If you're not, you can't control your tongue, you're not gonna control lust, okay? You're not gonna control all those five horses. This is the way. If you're choosing the exceptional way, you have to be do that. You have to fight that war. Either or otherwise, you can choose other life, but just don't complain that this is not really working for me and everything. Yeah, this is gonna happen because they say that if you are eating healthy, your body is healthy, your mind automatically becomes
Your mind
more
stays
happy,
healthy.
okay,
Yeah.
it stays healthy. So that's why we should eat healthy. That is the main purpose. Let's try doing that. If you can do that, that's a good thing. You have to conquer all those five senses.
But again, yeah, that one day it's Sunday morning, it's nice gloomy weather around like it is today. And why would I want to get up from bed, go out, have a run, or go to gym? I would just tuck myself in the bed and sleep another couple of hours.
I'm glad you asked this question. Okay, so what happens is, yeah, we really. I was in my second year. I'm really getting serious and all. I put my schedule and everything. And at when I was not able to, what do we say, follow my schedule, this immense guilt just rushed into my mind. Okay, yeah, what is why am I doing wrong with my life? Why I can't do this? Then I aspect the second most important aspect in all this picture is a death. We took ourselves too seriously. We just have to realize in I don't know 60 years I'm not going to be here. You're not going to be here. And
Maybe may not be. You
maybe
don't
not
know.
be, but after 80 or 100 years,
Everyone is going
everyone
to
is
die.
going to die.
Yes,
Okay.
there's no cure unless and until in next 20, 30 years there's a cure like you can live forever. But I don't think that's possible anywhere near. So yes, by 80, by 100, everyone is going to die.
And in this scenario, I'm considering everything else will be fine. Okay, if you just look back at 4 or 5 years, there were these terrible floods. Okay, after that, this COVID struck.
Yes.
As soon as this is over, that Russia and Ukraine are having
War started.
and this monkeypox and everything. So by
And above all that, there are always hanging swords like global warming, and space and everything. These things are economic crisis. Everything are as such, and these are like additions to it.
considering all this, if I'm alive after 5 years, man, that's enough for me. Okay, and so I am talking. If everything goes well, you are living that much. Okay.
If there's no World War III, no,
I don't know.
like someone doesn't decide to nuke,
Yeah.
nuke some country, and
I don't
there's
know,
no
man.
nuclear war.
What's gonna happen? I don't know.
So yeah,
So, what it does is, I read this book called Death by Sadhguru. Okay, what it has, and it has, I guess, impacted me in a very good manner. When I read Death, I understood that I'm not that important. If I'm missing my schedule, it's okay. If I'm die today, I guess hardly few people's will have impact on their life, and life will go on. Nobody
Yes,
cares.
yes.
So when I understood that I'm not that important, I can bring back myself into that track again with less guilt. Okay, because I'm not having that much guilt now because I'm thinking, yo, I'm not that important. Just try again. We'll try one more time. Maybe this time it will happen. And yes, the very sun which goes up in the morning will go down at the evening.
Yes.
The one which has a birth on this planet will die
Will
one
die
day.
surely.
We just have to make sure that our end should be as alluring as the sunset. That's what we want.
Yes,
And,
totally.
when we realize that part of our life, we understand that we're not going to be here for a long time. Just so let's be happy. We can choose a mediocre life, but don't complain. Or if you are choosing this path, you have to fight that war with yourself and have to conquer that everything. And trust me, this will give you everything you ever dreamed of or desired of. Nature knows we don't get what you wish for. Okay, we get what we deserve.
Deserve.
And if you really want to deserve those things, you have to work on yourself.
Correct. Yeah, this is totally
So
related.
you can just sleep every day, but don't complain that your life is not at the stage where you wanted it to be.
This is relatable to me. This is relatable to hundreds of listeners that are there. Like, yes, we take some choices, we take some decisions. If you want, you can stay in the bed. If you want, you can have that kind of life, eat, drink, anything that you want, get addicted. But yes, don't complain. The thing that you said right now, even if you die, like say 1 year from now, there are how many people that are going to आमचे सर एक होते कॉलेजमधले ते कायम हा डायलॉग म्हणायचे की स्वतःचा बाप मेल्यावर पण कोण जेवायचं थांबत नाही. And it always used to hit me whenever he used to say that, and it will be with me for life. And I hadn't ever experienced this, but I went through this terrible time recently which got me to thinking that statement by that sir. And today I don't, as you said, it's not meaning to fear for that or have some person like that.
There was this sentence in Marathi, okay? सूर्य त्याचं काम झालं की मावळतो.
बरोबर.
सूर्यासारखं शहाणं वागता आलं पाहिजे. दुसऱ्याच्या आयुष्यातील आपली संध्याकाळ ओळखता आली की कुणाच्या इच्छेविरुद्ध त्यांना प्रकाशित करण्याचा थाट माणूस घालत नाही. We have to understand what we really stand for.
Yes.
Why we are here. Okay, if you, and I'm again saying that if you just work on those two aspects, you are matured enough, you have a successful life, you are happy, everybody around you wants to be with you. That's three factor is gonna be perfect, trust me. And if you are again doing everything's fine, you are obviously looking good, you are eating good, you are exercising,
Yes.
you are obviously looking good. And that another factor what we call the power. And yeah, if you ask me where I wanted my business to be or something, that's not my choice to make. That's people's choice. That people will decide where my business should be in 5 years. What is in my hand, I just have to work for it.
Work for it.
So if I'm really working for it, yeah, it will be at any place, it will deserve that place. Okay, so that factor is already fine in your factor. That is your yes, success, what we call failure and everything, money, power, you will get to that things. First you have to work on yourself.
I have few questions on this Stree and Artha. Like, yes, everyone wants to be in a relationship in college. Everyone wants to be loved that the way they are. Like, it's kind of a different feeling. Some people get it, some people don't. But what is your opinion on having relationships in college? Like, we start at 18, our college. Most students start at 18 or 19, and we go up till 22, and even after that. So, what is your opinion on it?
Okay, this is a very personal question. Okay, and there is no right or wrong in a personal, my personal life.
Yes.
If it's working for you, if it's good for you, then go with it. But just we have to understand it in a very mature relationship. We are not improving other person, and she is not improving me. I am
You have
improving
to improve
myself
yourself.
for her. She is improving herself for me. In any way, you have to work on yourself. That will eventually help the other significant of your life and everything. But that's a very personal choice. If it is a good for you, it is really helping you. You just go with it. But just don't be in the future. Okay, I have to be with this person and everything. You don't know.
People get lost somewhere. Like, yeah, I have this person with me. I have to do some things to make her happy, and she has to do something to make me happy. So people get in this loop, and it's that. This has completely changed my mindset also, and I have realized this too. So next question I want to go to, yeah, there is this power part that we all want. Like, everyone wants to be famous, everyone wants to have that like attention of everyone. So this would come under Artha, right? Yeah. So how do you break this?
Okay, who do you think is a real monk? There is this rat race going on. Okay,
Yeah.
we all want to reach somewhere. I don't know where. You can satisfy your body, but not your mind. Your mind will always want something else. So you are trying
Something
to,
more.
something more. So you are in that rat race. Who is the monk? Monk is not the person who just who is not in this race because he is not capable to. He just understands this is a rat race. Even if you win in this race, you are still a rat. You don't want to compete in this race because happiness is not anywhere in it. Your happiness is inside you. You need nobody, believe me, you need nobody to tell you that this is right. By the way, that's just usually what we do is we look at one person. Okay, let's assume he's a successful entrepreneur, he built his businesses from scratch, and we think that his ideologies must be right. Ideologies must be right. But what we didn't realize that is his ideologies worked at his time,
Yes.
at his place, with his men. his or her. With his men, you can't just say that same ideologies will work for you as well. You just have to look what you just have to learn from his character.
Totally, yes.
Has made him able to make such beautiful decisions.
Of course.
And that's what we do. Okay, if I'm talking all this, you might have a question: who am I? Why should I listen to this guy? No, you are in a wrong. You are thinking in the wrong direction. I'm nobody. Believe me, I'm no one. And as Socrates says that only thing I know is I know nothing. All I know is I know nothing. So I'm nobody. You shouldn't listen to me. I'm just here to help you contemplate on your life. I can't nobody. You need nobody. Trust me in your life. If you just look around, everything around you, every knowledge around you has come within. I mean, it emerges within a human mind. You already have a library of I don't know how many books in your mind. You just have to listen to your voice. What do you really want? You just have to sit alone without doing anything. Just talk to yourself. Why? What does it really want? And I guess that's enough. I'm nobody to tell anything, to do anything. That's your choice to make. Again, you see my picture. This is my picture of life, as I talked earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you just follow my picture completely. If you found some pieces that are relevant to your picture, just do those and make your picture profound.
Yeah. So this is not like a statement wherein you would want to say don't have idols.
Yeah.
But you cannot follow someone blindly, and they are going to, you can hold their like hand, and the path they went on, you can go on the same path and create your own career or your own destiny. So it won't work like that. But you can take, as you said, bits and instances from their life and create your own unique path. But yeah, I want to ask a question here is, you followed Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and you followed you have read all his books and his entire life. But the way he used to like inspire people to build Swarajya, and still it persists like 400 years later, people still have those beliefs. What would you say, like we following Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, people blindly following his beliefs, what would you say to that?
एक तर छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांच्याकडं आंधळ्या अभिमानानं बघितलं जातं किंवा त्यांना दुर्लक्षित केलं जातं. यू कांट जर तुम्ही एका माणसाला देव मानता आहात तर तुम्ही यू कांट लर्न एनिथिंग फ्रॉम हिम.
Why so?
Because you think he's a god, he can do everything. I can't do that. He's a god. How can I what we say?
मी त्याच्यासारखं कसं होऊ
How
शकतो?
can I? I'm not that person. Okay, शिवाजी जन्मावा आपण शेजारच्या घरात. How can I be like that person? You have to understand Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj at a human level. You have to understand his brain, how he built that character, how he built that exceptional character, all-round character, how he managed to make such difficult decision in that times, how he managed to stay so selfless in his entire life. We have to learn that from his biography. Don't just if one thought comes to you, just don't follow it. Just sit there for a moment, think, why should I follow it? How is this really going to help me? And then accept or reject it. That's Vivek, by the way, we call it in Marathi. Vivek असायला हवा आपल्याकडे. आणि I think, yeah, that's it. That's how I tried to understand his character by understanding his mind. And if I somehow get one of his qualities also, that would be enough for me.
मी कायम म्हटलंय की छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराज असू दे, छत्रपती संभाजी महाराज असू दे, छत्रपती ताराराणी असू दे, यांचे जरा जरी कॉलेज, कारण हे असं खूप लांबचं पण नाहीये की आपण रामायण महाभारत जेव्हा म्हणतो, हो आपण खूप लहानपणापासून ऐकलंय, पण छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांचा असं 300-400 इयर्स अगो, अँड ते माहित नाही काय ऐकल्यावर प्रत्येक वेळेस अंगावर काटे येतातच. कारण येस, मी लहानपणापासून ते ऐकत आलोय, माझ्या वडिलांनी लहानपणापासून मला अशा सगळ्या गोष्टी शिवाजी महाराजांबद्दल वगैरे सांगत आल्यात, आणि मी पण स्वतः बुक्स जेव्हा वाचले आणि स्टोरीज ऐकल्या, बघितल्या, प्रत्येक वेळेस तो अंगावर काटा येतो, आणि त्यांच्याकडनं शिकण्यासारखं भरपूर आहे, आभाळा एवढा आहे.
We all think like what he has done. You can't learn from people when you are doing tap dance around the truth.
Okay.
Nobody is perfect, okay? Only
Yes,
perfect thing is a god, and we don't even spare him, okay? There are many complaints about him. So nobody is going to be perfect in his life. We just have to accept that we all have our share of mistakes. We all gonna make mistakes in the future.
Yes.
We just have to bring us back on that path.
But what do you think about my motive with this podcast, that learn from others' mistakes?
What I think is my view.
Yes,
on this
of
is,
course, we are going to make our own mistakes, but do we have to be stubborn? Like, मला माझ्या चुका करू दे, मग उगाच मी शिकणार आहे. दुसऱ्यांच्या चुकांमधनं मला शिकायचं नाही आहे. सो ह्या पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह वर काय मत आहे तुझं?
my opinion is you can't learn entirely. I mean, that's not a complete truth from others' mistake. You just listen to them, and whenever you are in a mistake, just think that he's also now he's doing fine, but he's also done some weird things in his life. Okay, so that's how it gonna help people. Okay?
But you are going to realize one day that maybe that mistake I shouldn't have done. Because
Just
I had seen that, but still I went on the same path, and
I just want to say that contemplate, think about it,
think about
before accepting anything. Is it really relevant in your life?
Of course.
Is it really gonna help you? Because we all have differentialities, and we have to have differentialities and ideologies in order to function in society. If we all think in the same way, society would collapse.
Yes.
So we have to have that differentialities in ourselves.
What is money to you, or what are those beliefs like money? Like you are building your own venture, but yes, at a very foundation, you'll require money.
Yeah.
You'll require money to survive, have food, shelter, and everything. So, in general,
Let's assume you want to buy this luxurious car. Okay. Why? This is giving you happiness. But imagine for a second, you are driving this car. There is nobody in the city. Nobody knew you brought this car. How is this going to make you feel? So if you really think about it, it's not that car. It's others people's opinion that you're doing
Opinion
something
about
in
you.
your life that's make you happy. You really don't need a car to achieve that. You just help others, and you will definitely get that respect from people. For me, what money is a tool. Let's think that I just want to go in some America something right now to learn something, and I want to just help that people there. I can't do that. Why? I don't have money. So what really money is? Money is a tool to your freedom. If you have a lot of money in your bank account, you can do anything you want. You can follow your dreams. You can help the people you want. You can switch your careers. And if you are buying some very expensive thing, what you are giving? Your freedom. Nothing in this life comes free. If you are buying something, money, you are giving freedom away. Okay. So money is a tool for me to achieve that freedom. So I can do anything in my life. I don't have to think about any my family responsibilities and anything. So that's why I want to have money in my bank account. So I would be free to really pursue my dreams and something.
Yes. Coming to the reality right now. Yes, you have chosen right after engineering to pursue a startup, a venture kind of thing. But most of the students think like my personal example, I also want to build my own startup or a company one day. Right now, I don't have the resources. I don't have perfect knowledge. Not perfect. I don't have the relevant knowledge altogether. What I have done is I want to work for a company, earn some money, earn some knowledge, gain some more perspectives about it, and then go for it. Didn't you think about the same path? Why did you directly went to startups? Like in this era of getting LPA, highest LPA possible from your college and placement, why did you choose to?
We all have that different timelines in our lives. Your timeline might be different. This is my timeline. This is my way. I just felt I don't belong in this college or something job, so I'm doing that thing right now. But it's not like you should do same thing or what. It's your timeline. It's according to me. I think, and if that is the right decision or wrong, time will tell. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, I did not belong in this what we say corporate world, so I just decided to start now.
But as it is said, decisions are never right or wrong. You take the decision and then you make it right.
So I just live it at that moment now. So I think this is right for me. I'm doing this. I don't know anything.
Okay, so these were my questions, and you have cleared them a lot. Could you just once again summarize the whole picture that you had created, the chariot, the mind, the Sarthi, and the horse?
I just hope that you don't, you right now you know that why you want to do that. That was my goal before. And to summarize this, I think this is one श्लोक from दासबोधा. देह रक्षणा कारण यत्न केला परी शेवटी काळ घेऊन गेला करी रे मना भक्ती या राघवाची, पुढे अंतरी सोड चिंता भावाची. So just do your work, everything else will be fine. And yeah, that's it. I just want to say. And who am I? I'm nobody. All I know is I know nothing. I just want to say that follow what you really believe in. If you find this relevant, just grab one or two pieces from my picture. Or if you didn't find any relevant, yeah, that's fine. Just discard it.
But that is your subtleness that you believe this. But yes, that I personally, on a personal level, think that there's a lot to learn from you. There are many things that we haven't yet spoken on this podcast. I want to talk to you about your startup, your venture, your startup mindset that you have initiated, and then about your eating habits, and about your exercise, how you do it, have you achieved this amazing physique you have right now. So I also want to talk, but I don't think that it would be enough. I'll need one more podcast with you, and we have to sit down again to go through all these points. But just to end this podcast, I want to ask a couple of questions. You said we should chase Dharma and Moksha rather than chasing Artha and Stree. So could you just again in short?
Okay, again, I just want to say that that's what Karma Yoga also states. Just do the right thing. First, Dharma, read lot of books. Try to build your wisdom, your character, so that it can make right decisions for you. For that, you can't, this is one example. You can't eat a food while you are running.
Yeah.
So that baffled mind can't make a right decisions.
Yeah.
Whatever you taught to your wisdom or anything. So for that mind to be calm, you have to practice your moksha.
Yeah.
So practice moksha, that mind will be calm. The real warrior never gets angry. That pillar will that will take care of that thing. And now you are constantly working on those things. You know what to do. Then everything else will be perfect. You are thinking, yeah, I want to build that business. I want my business to be at that level after 5 years. What are you going to do now about that? That thought doesn't have any actions today.
Yes.
You can't do anything. So just think what you can do today. You want to build a business, just get a damn PAN card. Not going to think about Unican and all. Just
Yeah.
get a damn PAN card and you'll be on your ferry way.
Of course. One final question to you is, what is your ultimate dream or ultimate goal? What do you want to be? Like, yes, you said right now, don't be on your focus. But yes, let's say after 20 years, 30 years.
After 20 years again, if I'm alive, I just want.
Assuming we all are alive, assuming there is no nuclear war.
I just hope wherever I am happy and I'm contributing back to my people and my society. I just want to see myself doing that thing only. Just contribute back to your people where you belong, where you take your birth. Just contribute back to your people and your society, and that's it. I'm happy. I don't see myself anywhere in 20, 30 years.
Amazing, Niranjan. I'm definitely going to have you back on this podcast to talk more about startups, to talk more about food, eating habits. I know you have studied a lot researched a lot on how processed food reach our houses and what we should take in, what harmful aspects there are to eating junk food and all those things. You have never eaten pizza in your life, I know that. So, and to talk more about focus and other different aspects, we are going to have another podcast. But it's great to have you today here, and I really hope that all the listeners would take away some lessons from it, some beliefs from it, and it would have definitely changed mindset of some people around. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Shivam, for having me. I really do feel honored. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you all to listening to this entire podcast. Stay tuned to the second episode of Niranjan. Keep sharing stories of common engineering students.